I apologize to everyone in the chat, and
Got
P to you too.
he got P holding the bag over here. They putting him through
Yeah,
the
yeah, he's
ringer.
good at that though. You're in good hands. But you know what? I heard your question right now. Easy, man. But I don't even know. I don't even like that word being, in there like that. Easy. There's nothing easy about it,
That's exactly what your brother just said.
bro. Like people don't understand that. And you know what? I before it was like, oh, how lucky we are, and today I'm like, I always think like how blessed we were, and I think it was for a reason for us to be telling you this story about how it's not worth it. For real. I feel like that's our purpose. If anyone believes in Christ and everyone believes in second chance and redemption for sure. Did you guys talk about Kylie?
A little bit. We somebody asked. They asked if he was the biggest customer, and
I don't know
asked.
what my brother said. Hold on. I don't know what my brother said. Let me answer that. He wasn't. I don't know what he said. He was an important person to us, but he wasn't one of our biggest customers.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know what did my brother say.
uh, Basically the same thing. And also the other part of the question was boom, was he the biggest? Oh, and they asked for a story, and P gave a story.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was our guy though, man.
You got a story?
That was like our
You
brother
got a
for
Cali
sure.
story?
I have a personal one. Let's see what I want to hear what my brother has to say.
He did. He gave us one already.
But no, this is like okay, it's not a story, but I just remember how my brother used to get so pissed off, and he used to say me and Kylie were so much alike, bro. Because man, could we spend money? You put me and him together, forget about it. And we were both like the same way, like we're into shopping and stuff like that. And P, it used to bother him a whole lot. Uh, that we were always like, I guess, just out there and doing some crazy stuff. I didn't get to listen, but I wanted to make sure you guys were back on. And I just saw this glimpse of people saying that I always have it easier than my brother.
Well, somebody just
For sure, my brother has suffered through trauma and has suffered through a lot of really hard situations. And I think that it's always hard on both places, like both situations. I think that my brother, like him going through what he went through, he was strong enough and to endure what he had to go through. And I think I was, able to have that, other type of strength, I guess, to deal with it, right? And the mentality to deal with it.
But it's okay because somebody just said, the opposite. Somebody said the opposite, where, Jay was on the receiving end of that shit. And that's what, I told dude he's funny. But he said I could block him.
Nah, he's saying that
He,
that, that
he, he,
you
he said I
that
could
you
block him.
carried
He's
me.
sipping, but you got to be careful what you ask for around here.
Nah, he's saying that you carried me. I was just along for the ride. That you were the one doing everything.
Nah, nah. For
No,
most of
no.
the time,
Here's
I
the hold
always
on,
hear
hold on,
the
hold on.
opposite.
This
I
is
don't
what
know
I
what
was
to
gonna
say.
say. This is what I was gonna say. So for all the people that had asked earlier, and they said, oh, ask the same question that the twins have answered all over this channel, but you guys don't go back and do your research because you come here ill-equipped. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be heard, but to us it sounds like gibberish because we already spoke about it, right? And when the question that was brought up again today many times, oh, was Milo the boss? Or I heard Chapo was just a fall guy. And when that answer was questioned by one of the brothers, they said it specifically just like this. No, it was like with me and my brother. It was two bosses, two dudes handling it together. They said that early, long time ago. Now, how you feel, what you think, that's a different story. But now understand, it's just your imagination working because the horse is giving it to you from the horse's mouth. But you don't want to accept that. You guys want the answer that you want. And that ain't how the fucking world works. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? It's funny. Me and my brother, like, people are gonna say whatever they say, but yeah, I use them as a human shield. You know what?
No, but Jay, at the end, let's discuss that. That this you've dedicated your life to like kind of going out there and sharing the story, and it's something that you do every day. And for me, I'm a little more like, on the I don't have that exposure. I'm not looking for it all the time. I'm just living my life, and it makes me think about Chappell's interview. You see how he did that Rolling Stones interview, and he looks like an idiot. That's not who he is, man.
Oh,
You put him in
who's
that
not who he
hold
is?
on,
situation.
hold
The
on, hold
idiot?
on. Are you saying that I look like an idiot for sharing my story with Shy?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that not everyone's built to give interviews.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm no one's built for it. Shy looks real natural, like even being in that chair right there talking. But man, I think about that all the time. Like I had never thought that I would be able to do some of the stuff that I'm doing right now. Like ever. It's hard, you know. I've gotten better at it. Um, but yeah, for sure this was not my calling. But I think that if anything, um, having a real story in changes everything. When it's a real story and you don't have to lie, then it's natural, and you're able to get that point across. But yeah, no, it's just a little different.
No, I was saying about the Rolling Stone magazine that you see Chapo. He looks like an
Yeah,
idiot. Like when and that's not who he is. Like you miss his character of a leader and the intelligence he has.
The calculation in him,
yeah.
you don't get it out
Could you
there.
put him in a situation that he's uncomfortable with because he's not used to it? You put anyone in an uncomfortable situation. That's what people don't understand, and they're like, oh, they see what they see, but shy like I guess for Peter and I for sure, even like sharing or being interviewed or something like that, it's like it's uncomfortable for us because we're not used to it. Eventually, probably, not that would not be the case.
To Jay, I met Val back in '97 in Pilsen. She would cruise by in a black Navi. My girl would say, "There goes La Barbie." She a bad bitch. She was a star in Pilsen. I prayers to you and Val, Pete. To you and Val, Pete. Free La Barbie. And hope she's home soon. And again, we add Viv to that. Salutes.
Yeah, look, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember she used to have a Navi back then, and then she had like a Lexus too, I think. Um, yeah, um, that's how I met her. For the most part, that's still who she is. You get me? Like, she's still that same person. She's still bad even at her age.
Well, that's amazing. I appreciate that anyways. Cause we're praying for both the wives.
Absolutely.
I want to say hello to my beautiful wife and just praying that she stays strong. This is probably the hardest thing we've ever lived through.
I bet.
And yes, Val was her own little celebrity.
We're not gonna pay too much attention, Guillermo, because we know you sipping like you said, and you said Pete's trying to say Chapo isn't well spoken. You absolutely said the opposite of what the man just said. The man said what you saw was not a representation of who he really is, and that the calculation of him and that the leadership of him. He literally said these words, leadership, and you went left with it, and that's why our time in this conversation is over. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. I'm not going to give you the axe. You can stick around, but this is what I'm talking about here. We're not listening.
Somebody asked, "What's good advice about to get money?" Right?
Your fucking
Is that
job.
one of the questions?
No,
This is important.
go ahead.
Get money the legal way.
Mm.
All right, plain and simple, man. Put your mind to it, your time, do that. Go, man. I'm gonna tell you, money and everything. If you tell me, I see it like, man, go learn how to code. If you can't learn how to code, then you're never gonna make it hustling. All right, do something like that. If you think that's difficult, then shit, that other life is harder, and in prison's even harder. You know how many times I sat in solitary confinement, looking at that wall, like, man, I could have been a doctor twice, an attorney. You know, uh, you know, being intelligent and being, locked in, is not being intelligent. You know.
I want to add to that. I think that in anything you do, man, just do the right thing, man. I think the right thing always leads to more. Doing good things and opening good doors. Like as soon as you start, opening those, taking shortcuts and doing the wrong thing, bad doors open up for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you end up in a just lost. And I think that people don't understand that part. Like just do the right thing, work hard, man, and those good doors will open up for you. Even at work, man, I be telling them like, man, don't cheat those hours, don't cheat your boss, don't do that. And at the right time, someone's gonna recognize it. People notice the integrity, they could see your character, and that's gonna open up more doors for you than anything else. I think that even in the beginning, that's what kind of got my brother ahead. Just doing the right thing. People knocking at our door trying to give us 200-300 birds, and we're like, nah, we good, we don't need them. That's just because they knew we weren't gonna take off with them. They knew we were good for it. and even in the legit business, like you just do the right thing and you attract the right kind of energy. Because nobody wants to do business with a grimy ass dude. I don't care where, you know.
Except another grimy ass dude, because what they do is they,
Yeah.
they treat each other's life, and then they come back to work, and then they go to war, and then they come back to work, and then they come back to each other, and it's just chaos.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work, bro. It just never works. You live your life thinking you're unique to everything, and you could treat people the way you want to, and never, answer for that. That's just a recipe for disaster. Like the golden rule: treat everyone the way you want to be treated.